Must be the reason why I'm king of my castle. Must be the reason why I'm free in my trap soul. Must be the reason why I'm king of my...
I think one of my favourite things about CrossFit Elviria is the community. I just think there's so much camaraderie, there's so much banter as well. Like everybody, we always say that we're a family.
I went to Marbella, especially to meet Kyla again.
Because, do you know?
She's not just a coach. She empowers women to love themselves beyond the mirror.
When I got to a point where I felt, let's say, healed, I think it's always a journey, don't completely heal, but when I felt confident enough and had enough self-worth, I thought I should definitely talk about this.
Check the interview to know more about CrossFit Elviria and the story of this inspirational coach.
I'm curious about you. How did you start doing that? What's your journey, your background?
Okay, so my name is Kyla. I'm 25 years old, originally from Scotland.
Okay, I know.
Yeah, so originally Scottish, but I only lived in Scotland until I was 8, and then we moved here with my family. So I've been in Spain for like 16 years.
Okay.
This is definitely home for me.
Marbella.
Yeah, well, when we first moved, we were a little bit more inland because my family wanted me to learn the language and get really integrated into Spanish culture. But then I would say down on the coast, so like Marbella, for like 10 years. Yeah, and basically I've always had an interest in sports from when I was really little. I think I started when I was 3. I did kickboxing with my brother as well. So when I was 8, I already had a black belt in kickboxing, and that was like my life. I loved it. We were like always traveling around on different competitions and stuff. Then when we moved to Spain, obviously I was like in my studies and things, and then I started doing CrossFit when I was 16 years old. So yeah, so I've been doing it for like, how many years is that?
9?
Yeah, no, this will be my 9th year doing CrossFit.
But then you just started doing, and how did you decide to become a coach?
So it was actually because this gym here, the previous owner was a guy that my dad knew from when they were in the military together. So my dad started here, then my brother joined here, and then my mum, and I was the only one out of the 4 that didn't do the CrossFit. They were like, come do CrossFit, Kyla. I was like, nope, I don't want to do it, I'm not going to like it. They were like, just try. So anyway, now I'm the only one out of my family that does CrossFit. They all left it behind, and I'm still here. So I did CrossFit for 2 years before I became a coach. Okay. Always at this gym. And again, it wasn't really like, I never knew that I wanted to do coaching full time, because when I was at school, like I said, I come from a military family. Mum, dad, brother, all in the army, in the Marines, and that's kind of what I wanted to do when I left school. But then, so I left school, I moved back to Scotland to join the army, and they said to me that because I hadn't lived in the UK for the last 5 years, I wasn't eligible to join up. So I'd kind of like, I turned down my uni because I didn't want to do that. I was back in Scotland, and then from one day to the next, they were like, no, you can't, you need to live in the UK for 5 years in order to join. So I was like 18 years old, and I was like, oh, what do I do?
Everything that I had dreamed.
Everything that I dreamed of. All my friends had started uni like that week. And I was like, shit, so I called up, because I applied to some unis, I called up the uni that I applied to and was like, can I come back? They were like, if you didn't defer your option, like, it's gone now. So I spoke to my mum and dad. I came back to Spain, a little bit lost, and I was like, I don't really know what I want to do. And my dad just said, what do you like? I was like, CrossFit.
So kind.
Yeah, really supportive,
yes,
really supportive. They were just like, what do you like? I was like, CrossFit. So there we sat at the computer that day and booked me back to London to do a personal training course and my CrossFit course.
Wow.
And I just went for it.
Wow,
so
super nice.
Yeah, it was good. And now I just think, like, I can't imagine myself doing anything else. Like, I love this job so much that glad that it didn't go the way that I wanted it to go. You know, at the time I was like, oh, this is the worst news ever. But now it's like it was meant to be, you know.
And how do you feel being coach? I mean, how people get here and what are the expectations? Because I guess that people just get here wanting to do bar muscle and one day and become strong.
Yeah. So I mean, being a coach is fantastic. I love it. I think a lot of people. So we've got a lot of people here that have been training from the very beginning. You know, they kind of started in 2013. Yeah. So when CrossFit was on the rise, they kind of started with that as well. But I would say that our gym, like CrossFit Elviria itself, is quite. It's not the most competitive box ever. I think our probably the medium age might be like 35 to 40.
Okay.
So it's definitely, we're not like bar muscle ups and everything. Isn't everybody's goal, you know? I think a lot of people when they come, they see the CrossFit sign and they all come the same, you know? It's like 1 foot in and they're like, I don't know. And it's just like, join, it'll be absolutely fine. And yeah, it's just, there's just so many little goals. I'd say like we really focus on the small goals, you know, like getting people moving from never have done the gym before. First, like we always celebrate like first box jumps and first like strict pull-ups, like a lot. Like I would definitely say it's more on that side, you know, like the smaller wins are the big wins here, I think.
So the CrossFit doesn't challenge just the body, but they also, as you mentioned, sometimes people just come and say, I'm not able to do that, but then just of doing that, like showing up to themselves, already empowers a lot the movement.
Yeah, 100%. It's I think a lot of people when they join, I mean, any gym doesn't have to be a CrossFit gym, but most people, I think they join for some aesthetic purpose, you know, like I want to lose a bit of fat here, I want to lose a little bit of fat there. But I think with obviously most CrossFit gyms, no mirrors, you know, nobody can see. It's so good, you know, everyone's there for themselves as well. And I think it really doesn't take long, maybe I would say like 2 weeks before that shift happens. And it's like, oh, well, last week I had 10 kilos on the bar and now I've got 12. And it's less about how people are looking and it's more about like, oh, well, maybe I could do a little bit more because they're doing a bit more. And then in the end, it's like if someone's away for a week or whatever, they're just like, oh, for here, they need it. Do you know what I mean? The exercise like empowers them so much, and it just for mental health, I think it's really important. So yeah, I think for what people maybe originally joined for, even though all of those changes will happen, they'll lose weight, they'll build muscle and all of that.
As consequence.
Yeah, exactly. I think it then becomes a little bit of a back step, you know, there's other reasons why they're here rather than physical, you know?
And I think it brings me again for the next question. That would be, how is the community here? So you mentioned that the range is from 35 to 40.
Yeah.
And they started as from the beginning.
Yeah.
But tell me more about that.
Okay, so I think one of my favourite things about CrossFit Elviria is the community. I just think there's so much camaraderie, there's so much banter as well. Like everybody, we always say that we're a family because I think, and it's funny because those that obviously come to their classes every day at a certain hour, you definitely notice when one person's not there, you know, so it's like we all play a little role in that community ourselves. So it's nice. I think we're all actually friends here rather than just like gym partners, you know what I mean? There's like a really, really nice vibe, really just like laughing constantly and a bit chaotic at times, but it's good. I don't feel like people dread going to the gym because it's like, oh, we'll get to see everybody, we'll suffer a bit, but then we get to chat afterwards and all that. So it's got a really good community here.
Yeah. In my CrossFit, it's funny because I attend the 6 a.m. class.
Yeah.
When someone like just skip the 6 a.m. and go to the 7 a.m. like
I know, it's funny. There's actually like let's say the 5 o'clock class. There's a really nice
5 o'clock.
5 p.m.
Oh, p.m.
Yeah, 5 p.m. There's a really nice vibe, and one of the members for work commitments has to now train at 6 and was trying to convince everybody else to move to 6. And I'm like, please come. Everyone was like, no. But yeah, it's good. It's nice.
And supportive, yes, definitely. And I think even if some places there is some competition, I think it's really healthy.
Yeah.
Some like the leaderboard.
Yeah.
Healthy, right?
Yeah, we're the same. We went through a phase of not having a leaderboard because at some point people were eating reps and then people were getting a little bit. So we took it away for a while. But then you notice that everybody kind of starts to chill as well. If there's not a leaderboard, then everyone kind of started doing, it doesn't matter if I do 6 rounds. The second we brought the leaderboard back, everyone's there like pushing. So it's nice. There's definitely competition within the classes and within people on their own. You know, everyone keeps scores of their weights and stuff so that they can essentially compete with themselves. Like today's workout, Fran, I managed to look back through the logs. We did it on like the 18th of October, and I was like, oh, this is what you have to be. And everyone's like, oh shit. She keeps record of everything, you know. But yeah, healthy competition. It's nice.
Oh, do you have tourists usually?
Yes, we do. I would say summer is the summer months for us. I would say between like May to September. Thankfully we get very little rain here, but that kind of long summer we do get a lot of tourists. Yeah, a lot of Scandinavians, Denmark, Sweden, all of that. Then there's good CrossFitters as well. But yeah, we've got a lot of tourists that come back every year as well, so that's nice. We build like a nice relationship with them, and then it's nice to see them every year as well.
Yeah, because it was super curious to meet you in Bangkok.
I know!
And then to meet you again.
I know, I've told everybody today, I'm like, you'll never guess what.
Yes, and I think as we do like to work out even during holidays. People that like are into fitness really like to do workouts like in the morning and then just go
with their day. Yeah.
Did you learn something from other dogs around the world? Where have you been?
Do you know what? I've been to like one other CrossFit gym here in this area. When I first started, I went to one in Benidorm, in another place in Spain. And then I honestly think that's it before I went to Thailand, And I went to 3 there, one in Bangkok, the one in Koh Samui where I saw you as well, and Koh Tao as well. So I went to those 3. You go to?
No.
You went to Koh Phangan? Yeah, I remember saying because you said the gym there is really good, but we didn't go, so we went to Koh Tao and went to one there.
And Koh Tao is like that, no?
Yeah.
It's growing so much.
The gym has 3 classes a day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, one in the evening, you know, because it's a small place. But it was really nice. Obviously being away for a month, I knew that I had to do something, you know. I was like, I can't be a month without CrossFit. But I was so nervous when I got there. Max, my partner, he was like, "Oh, you're gonna tell them that you're a CrossFit coach?" I was like, "Nope." I've never done CrossFit before. I was so nervous. But it was nice. Like, obviously, it's a nice feeling knowing that you can go anywhere in the world to any of these CrossFit gyms and you're going to know the movements, you're going to understand it. It's something that you do.
Yes.
It's nice that you can go in and not feel like a newbie. You know, you can do it everywhere. Things I noticed that were different. I feel like here we are very, I mean, obviously every gym's got their like coaching styles, but I feel like here we're really heavy on the technique. We're really heavy on doing everything together as a group, you know what I mean, like guided warm-ups, guided mobility. And then when I went there, it was kind of like, well, this is the warm-up, like, go for it. You know, and I was a little bit like, oh, I mean, we would have done it different here, but again, like that was absolutely fine. I did actually speak to my boss on the phone. I was like, listen, we do way too much coaching at CrossFit Elviria. I was like, we could do so much less, you know. But it was nice. It was different. Yeah, I think I would have liked to see a little bit more like hands-on actual coaching. You know, for me it didn't matter so much because I knew the movements and stuff.
You have your body function.
I've got it. You know, but I was thinking if I was a new person stepping in, there's things that I would do different. But again, it's just like when you've been in the same gym for so long and you do things the way you do, sometimes change feels a little bit, you know. But again, so many things that I took away from it as well as like a business point of view, the way that they do a lot of their like schedulings for drop-ins, some of the like the way that they had like their t-shirts out, and some of the gyms had nice ways to display their members and stuff. So
that's true.
there's a lot of things that I kind of took from there that were different. Yeah, it was with the Polaroids. I loved that. I said that we should do something like that, and yeah, so like maybe like from a coaching perspective, I didn't really take much away personally, but from other areas and other ways that they manage their gym and stuff, I thought it was really eye-opening. It was nice.
You were on holidays, but somehow working.
Yeah, I know. I was like, let's get to it.
And I'm really glad to connect with you again. After I saw your social media, it really inspired me a lot.
Yeah.
To be really honest, I've been to that place where I was fighting against my body.
Yeah.
So like 40 years. And I was struggling of not seeing and seeing myself and say, okay, but I'm not like the others or as the stereotypes that we see around. And you really inspired me, right? With your message, saying yes,
thank you.
You are beautiful as you are. How did you get there? What motivated you to talk about this topic?
So I think again, I must have round about the time that I started CrossFit, so maybe the year prior, the 2 years prior, I was not having a great time at school. I was being bullied like quite bad, and even though it wasn't necessarily, I wasn't just being bullied about the way that I looked, I feel like I took a little bit of control back in my life by, how do I explain it? Like, so my relationship with eating wasn't very, very good. I wanted to lose so much weight, and it's kind of like managing those things in my life kind of gave me a little bit of control, seeing as I didn't feel like I had much control at school, you know, with bullies and with that, it kind of gave my mind something to focus on. So I ended up with a really bad relationship with food and just a really bad body image and just self-worth in general, you know. And again, speaking to my mum, she said, so it was actually around that time as well that I went vegetarian or pescatarian. I don't eat meat because do not. Yes. So yeah, it was like I do it for animal reasons, but also that was a way that I could kind of get control back on my eating. Yes. So I could decide like what I could have and what I couldn't have as well. So it gave me a focus on what I could do, you know, rather than not eating and stuff like that. It kind of gave me like a little bit of control with that. And then same with the gym as well. My mum was like, just start the gym. So it was kind of like two different healthy habits, which then kind of grew my self-confidence. Obviously, gained weight, became a lot healthier in myself, but my heart and stuff. And then for so many years, I just didn't talk about it. And obviously, I think a lot of young girls go through something similar. You know, there's so much comparing, and there's just so much shit that goes on with
images.
Yeah, there's a lot. So when I got to a point where I felt, let's say, healed, I think it's always a journey, you know, you don't completely heal, but when I felt confident enough and had enough self-worth, I thought I should definitely talk about this, because there must be so many people that are feeling it, you know. So I just thought at the time, I think I grew, I'm not saying I've got loads of followers, but my social media grew quite fast through that as well. And yeah, just the response that I got back was quite eye-opening, you know. I'd like put a message out, see, and then the messages that I got back, I'm feeling that as well, and you know, so it was inspiring on my behalf to see how many other people live the same thing as well, you know.
I was in Thailand, for instance, and then I met a guy, and then he showed my picture for his friend. I said, I'm interested in this woman, and then his friend told him, oh, you have a peculiar face.
Yeah.
And why? Because she has so many muscles.
Really?
Like, yes. So it's not just about the body or the weight. It's also about the form. Like, we are being judged all the time, and people are talking about our bodies all the time.
All the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So please keep doing that.
Thank you.
It's really fun.
Thank you.
Yes.
I have, when you said that the other way as well, we have a lot of women that are scared to join CrossFit because I don't want to get bulky, you know, I don't want to look like a man, I don't want to this, I don't want to, and it's just like, I mean, I don't think any particular woman with muscle to me looks manly, you know, but also it takes a lot of years, takes a lot of dedication, and it takes a lot, and it's not going to happen like that if you don't want it to happen, you know. CrossFit doesn't mean like massive muscles and all that, you know, so it's kind of like how you treat your body will go. It's much more than that, yeah.
Thank you very
You're
much.
very welcome.
Do you want to say something else?
What is the name of your CrossFit gym in Amsterdam?
CrossFit Amsterdam.
CrossFit Amsterdam.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
now you need to go.
I do.
I
I do. That would be lovely.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you.